Hi, this is Lisa from Local King Rubber Stamp. Today you are safe because I am not using any stamps or die cut. Today I'm going to talk about the papers. There is a lot of paper, probably thousands of different kind of paper on the market, and I would like to. I chose 10 different kind of paper, and those papers that you can find from Staples, Costco's, your local craft stores, Michael's, and those 10 paper I think is enough for you to keep you busy. And I'm going to explain which kind of paper is good for what, which kind of paper is good for marker, which kind of paper is good for blending, which kind of paper is good for watercolor coloring. So I have 10 of them, and you can see the list from the bottom, and I will list all the names of the paper, so that way in case you want to pick up some from your local stores. So I always in my tutorial trying to tell you that you don't have to have exactly the same thing that I'm using. You can use any kind of water-based marker you have. Like today, I'm going to use some of my old Marvy. So if you have Marvy markers, you can use Marvy markers. If you don't have on the Local King's Magic marker, it works well. And I'm going to show you some blending, and then some of the paper is good for blending. And we are going to, and I choose one of the black image, and I am going to show you with just black image and on 10 different kind of paper what they look like. So if you like this tutorial, make sure give me a thumb up, not a finger, and also subscribe our YouTube channel. This is completely free, and just help me, let people know who is the Local King Rubber Stamp. That will be awesome. Thank you so much, and that's started. First, let's start with a glossy paper first. So at the show floor, I often use the Kromekote cover. Kromekote cover this is the old Kromekote. Unfortunately, Kromekote changed their factory. I don't know, something happened to them. If your Kromekote is over 5 years old, they will work perfect. If your Kromekote is new, they probably don't work as well as the old Kromekote. So they don't really work with the dye-based impact or dye-based marker. So I have some Kromekote cover, 80 pounds. So just be careful. Most of the Kromekote that you find from this the market now is not work well with the water-based marker. So just remember that. And this is the only paper that Local King Rubber Stamp still carry on our website. And we only have a very small amount of paper available. So when this paper run out, we're still looking for the best replacement. Okay, so I have a Kromekote cover here, and I also have a Costco's Kirkland Photo paper. So, and I have a Staples Photo Supreme, and I have a Canon Pixma Photo paper, Super Glossy. So I have those four different kind of photo papers, and please understand, not all the photo paper will work. Okay, so those are the three photo papers that I have tried. I know the Canon Pixma will work perfectly, but they are kind of pricey. I think it's 10 sheets for $20. And then the Staple for Photo Supreme is much cheaper, and I don't know, is a Staple brand. You should check it out. I think 50 sheets for like $45. They work, but you can see they are kind of a little bit like a creamy color. And the Costco Kirkland, you will see when I stamping the image on top, and then you will see what's different between those those four different kind of papers. Okay, so I don't want to waste your time. So when I stamped it, I'm going to just fast forward it, but I will stop it, and we're going to talk about it. Okay, so I have done all 4 different kind of super glossy paper. So this is, you know what, actually I'm kind of pleased with all of them, especially the Costco Kirkland Photo paper. This is for the inkjet. It's actually pretty good result. The only thing is that when you stamp them, when you peel off, they are actually very sticky. The trick is that when you stamp it, you got to leave for 3 seconds, let the paper really absorb the ink. So the staple and the Kromekote is more creamy color, and the Costco and the Canon Pixma is more like a white color. So the only difference between those 3 with the Kromekote is about the thickness. The Kromekote is 80 pounds. The staple Costco Canon, they are the photo glossy paper. I think they probably, I think it's less than 65 pounds. But if you're looking for the glossy cardstock, those 4 paper that I know they will work just fine. So the Kromekote paper is a little bit hard to find, but if you are looking for glossy paper, Costco Kirkland Photo paper inkjet. I don't know about the laser. Try the inkjet. The staple, the price is very cheap. I think Costco Kirkland, I'm not sure how much did I pay that. I have to check it out. I will check it out and I will post on my website and to give you an idea. The staple, this staple brand, the Photo Supreme, I bought a while ago. I don't know, do they still have or not. The Canon Pixma is much pricey. They are 20 sheets for like $27. So if you really need a glossy cardstock, the Costco is the most easiest way that you can find. And I'm also going to, just a little bit friendly reminder, there's another way. If you don't have a glossy paper, you really want to make a glossy finish, what are we going to do is that. So that's the glossy cardstock if you want to give a try. Glossy paper is good to have those kind of solar image. Okay, so the solar image is called shadow stamp. Say like they are reverse image. So you put all the color on top and you can see the outline is white. If you only have a regular stamp, something like this one. This is the stamp that you have to stamp that and you have to color them, or you can do the blending or color them. So if you want to use this kind of detail stamp, but this stamp I can't map, it's really not a really good example. Let me see if I have something I can explain to you better. Oh, let's see. Okay, I just have this handy, so it's perfect to explain. See the difference between these 2 images? This is what I call detail stamp. This is what I call shadow stamp. Shadow stamp, they are reverse image. So you can see the back of the stamp, okay? The shadow stamp is completely flat, the outline is reversed, and the detail stamp is the outline is raising up. So the glossy paper is not good for the coloring because the surface is so slippery. You can use a blending tool, but you cannot use markers because every marker you paint is going to leave a stroke. I don't like to say you can. I should say I'm not suggestion. But you know what? You are the boss. You do whatever you like. I just found out the glossy paper is more it's suitable for those kind of shadow stamp because you stamp it, they don't really leave the stroke. You just color on your stamp, you don't color on the paper. But if you want to use the detail stamp, you stamp the outline, and then because the paper is so slippery and so smooth and so shiny, it's hard to color with markers. But you can still do, I never said you can or you can't, whatever. You do whatever you like. And I'm just trying to explain what I like. Okay, so let's move to the next. Okay, so next I have 6 different kind of cardstock here. They are like more like a matte finish. So I have a Canson Watercolor, I got it from Michael's, and these are Bristol from Michael's. Those 2 are more like a watercolor paper. I have this McCoy DUll Glossy. This DUll Glossy is not as glossy like the previous full glossy paper I was showing you. I have a regular cardstock and have a Cougar and I have a white matte cardstock. These McCoy and White Matte Card-stock are the cardstock that when I was doing the Expo show, I brought it to the show, and those are the paper that we sell at the show floor. So because the shipping on my website, I only sell the Super Glossy cardstock. I don't sell the White Matte Card-stock or McCoy DUll Glossy. If you're looking for these two kind of cardstock, you can shop from Paper Cuts. And then Sarah and Ron, they did provide a coupon code for me, so I'm going to have a 15% of a coupon code on my link, so you can shop their website and they use the LK15OFF, so that way you can get a 15% off. So those are the two paper that I work at. I use at the show floor. One is the matte cardstock, one is the McCoy DUll Glossy, and I'm going to show you what's different compared with the Cougar 100-pound and the regular cardstock. So same thing, I'm going to fast forward it and then I'm going to show you the result. And I am using just a Marvy. You can use like a regular dye-based markers that will work just fine. So in the foundation coat, because I want to speed up a little bit, I use one of the main color, so that just help me to stamp a little bit faster. Okay, so I have finished stamps all four image on the 4 different kind of regular cardstock. These, I think they, I try to make a look like a crappy because sometimes they supposed to looks bad, but they all looks good. I don't know what happened because maybe my stamp have a magic. Okay, so the regular cardstock is just a cheap cardstock, get it from the Michaels, and it looks actually not bad, right? So, but let me compare with this white matte cardstock. The white matte cardstock is slightly like darker than the regular cardstock, and I don't know, can you see? Yeah, the white matte cardstock is more brighter than the Cougar 100-pound. But I think they all looks good. And I use exactly the same impact and same marker, and you saw it, right? So these are my McCoy DUll Glossy is just a little bit shiny. They are not as shiny as Kromekote. It's kind of like an eggshell, like a shining eggshell and matte. So the McCoy is more like an eggshell surface. So that's different between these two. And then the matte cardstock is like this. So they all looks good, right? And then I'm going to do more, and then let's see if we can. And we're going to try on the blending and the watercolor and see what's different. But so far, all 4 glossy works perfect, and the all 4 cardstock that works good too. I don't know, is something wrong with them. The stamp is just too pretty, and then it looks so good even on the like a crappy regular cardstock. Okay, so we're gonna try on the Canson water paper and the Bristol. The Canson water paper most of the time I use for the blending, and the Bristol is just a more smooth surface than the water paper. So, oops, I actually spelled this wrong. It's 8. Sorry. Let's fix. You know what I mean. 8. Okay, so let's see what it look like. Okay, so now we can find out these Bristol and Canson water paper is not really work well with just markers. Let me show you. So this is the matte coat cardstock, and this is Bristol. You can see the color is a little bit lighter, okay? And then this is the Canson water paper, okay? So the color is a little bit lighter, but you know what? I think it's still pretty good. You can fix this one. If you really want to stamping on the watercolor paper, are you planning to do some kind of, watercolor on top? If you really want to use marker on the watercolor paper, just use a stamp positioner, stamp 2 times, and then the color will be dark enough. They will show well. So that's so far all 10 different kind of paper and with the same image. And then let me put on the paper. We're doing some comparison. Okie dokie. So here are our first 10 stamp image on the first, like a 10 different kind of cardstock. The first layer is more like glossy, and plus the McCoy DUll Glossy, and then the second layer is regular cardstock plus some watercolor paper in the Bristol. You can find the watercolor paper in the Bristol. It doesn't have as much sharp image compared with the other 3. So if you ask me, my favorite, I will go with the matte cardstock. And if you want to do the glossy, they all work. If you can find some Kromekote paper, they will work just fine. If you can't find it, I think the McCoy DUll Glossy is not as much glossy as those glossy. I think the Costco Kirkland is the most easier way you can get. So if you really want to have a glossy paper, but you don't want to spend the money to buy the Kirkland or the Canon or Staples, what are you going to do is you just use a packing tape. I am going to put a piece of packing tape on top. Okay, see, I just used this Scotch packing tape. They do come with 3 inches width too. So, and they have some kind of, I usually use this heavy duty because the heavy duty, they are much thicker than regular dollar store one. So let's just compare this one. See, the regular cardstock, I just put a piece of packing tape. See, they are so glossy. And also, this tip is great because sometimes they actually seal the surface. So if you accidentally spit a little bit or sneeze, you don't ruin your artwork. Okay, so now we are going to move to the next one. I am going to use the StazOn. Okay, and then I'm going to just use the StazOn with one block image and then see which one is show better. Okay, so I did the 10 cheetah image on all the cardstock. Let's talk about the first 5 glossy. Okay, the first 5 glossy, they all work well. Okay, and I think now is the most easy, like the paper that, because I think your local craft store probably they are not open, right? So sit here. So I think your local craft store is probably not open. You probably have a hard time to maybe get some like a nice quality cardstock. So I think the Costco staple, they probably still open, so you can still get those, or you can order from Paper Costco website, or Marcos paper also have it too. So the Costco Kirkland, the only thing that bothers me is when I stamped it, they are so sticky. I kind of have to like peel off very hard to remove it. But the result is awesome. It's really detailed. I think that probably because my stamp is so nice, right? Okay, so Costco is good. Kromekote cover is always good. The only problem is they didn't discontinue. They changed the mill. So the new Kromekote, I don't know, are they work as good as on the old Kromekote? I tried. I'm not really happy with it. Just be careful, okay? The staple Photo Supreme, the price is okay too. It's a little bit more expensive than the Costco Kirkland, but see, it's really pretty. The difference between the staple and the Costco is the staple is more creamy color. The Costco is more white. The Canon Pixma is awesome. I love it. And they are just a little bit thin, but they work so well, but they are more pricey. So it depends on which friend you are making the card with. Is it really somebody special? If they are worth it, use the good cardstock. If it's for your sister-in-law, just use regular cardstock. Okay, don't even bother make her card. Now everybody know I don't like my sister, yeah. You know, sometimes one of the family member, they are just, you know. But I love my mother-in-law. She's just awesome. Okay, so McCoy DUll Glossy. When I stamp this one, I thought, oh, okay, that's not good because they kind of, you know, lose all the detail, right? And I say I shouldn't judge by the first try. Maybe it's my fault. I think I probably ink my stamp too much, and then this kind of glossy paper, the surface is very smooth, so it's slippery. So when I stamped it, I probably, you know, move a little bit, so I lose the detail. So I give a second try, and then they come up as awesome as the Kromekote or the other glossy. So DUll Glossy, you can get from Paper Cut or the Marcos paper. They are US company, so the shipping is much cheaper than Canadian. And good choice, DUll Glossy, good choice, Matte Card-stock. And those are the two paper we use. Okay, and then let's talk about the Cougar. The Cougar and the regular, you know what, I'm actually very surprised. These regular cardstock, they actually, I don't know, is it regular cardstock or it look like a regular cardstock. So the regular cardstock actually turned out not bad compared with the Cougar. How do you think? They are pretty good, right? So I love the matte, and the matte paper is so far we are replacing with our Kromekote. Personally, if you ask me, do you like glossy or you like a matte? Like when I develop my photo, I don't really like glossy. I actually like a matte looking, but it really depends on what do you like. So if you get a matte and you want to make it glossy, just put a piece packing tape on top. Okay, let's talk about the Bristol and the watercolor paper. So if you don't compare, they are still acceptable, right? When you compare, you can see on the left is a little bit, they are not as sharp as on the matte cardstock. And also because the watercolor paper, the surface is not as smooth as the matte cardstock, but I always like those kind of like a rough finish. So Bristol is good too. The Bristol is more smoother as the watercolor paper. So, but you be the judge to see what do you like, okay? So that's so far least. And then I am going to move to next. We are going to use our magic mushroom to color them and then see which one is the pop up the best. Okay, so I just finished use the Local King's Magic Mushroom, kind of blending all 10 cheetah, and I do have something I like to share with you. So first of all, for the Costco photo paper inkjet and the Canon photo paper Super Glossy, these two paper, because they are, let me put this way, okay, because they are the photo inkjet paper, so their ink is inkjet. I don't know, are you familiar with the printer? They are kind of inkjet. So I found out when I kind of rubbing the ink on top, and then those ink, they actually kind of pick it up, and I kind of having a trouble to move around my magic mushroom, and then the black ink color actually they lose a little bit. So the Canon photo paper and the Costco Kirkland, I will not recommend you if you want to do the blending with the black image on top, because those black image, they will pick up your magic mushroom will pick up some ink. I can feel, if you feel it, the paper is no longer smooth. Okay, Kromekote, awesome, but the only problem is it's hard to find the Kromekote paper. The Staples Photo Supreme is still good. It didn't pick up that much ink compared with the Canon and the Kirkland. This the McCoy DUll Glossy, awesome, because I didn't use a nice image here, but it blending very well and the color is very vivid. Is kind of nice. So, and then Canson water paper, they blending not bad, it's really good, but they don't have that shining finish looking. The Bristol, same as the Canon water paper. White Matte Card-stock, awesome. See, and then when you blending it, very smoothly blending, and the color is so bright. And Cougar, I use a Cougar a lot for blending, but the Cougar is just the black the black image is not the too sharp. But if you don't like a glossy finish, that's good. You know what? I'm actually very surprised. My regular cardstock is actually come back not bad. See, compare my the regular cardstock with this white matte code is actually not bad. So I have no idea what is this regular cardstock. I don't know. I just grab a piece of regular cardstock. It's very thin. It's not. It doesn't look like an expensive one, but it actually works well. So what does that mean? Expensive doesn't mean it's good, right? So for the blending, if you ask me, what is my favorite? My favorite will be the Kromekote, but the Kromekote is hard to find. So if you're looking for something kind of glossy, the Staples Photo Supreme is a good choice. The price is very reasonable and they are very shiny. If you are a little bit low on the budget, and the McCoy DUll Glossy, they give you that kind of glossy looking, but like I say, they are like a eggshell surface. They are not as smooth, shining as the Photo Supreme. The matte cardstock, white matte cardstock, that's the best. See, I try to replace. I only use the stuff have my approval. I only use the stuff that thing I think that's the best, price wiser and the quality. So the white matte cardstock, awesome. And now we are going to move to the stencil and let's see what's the stencil turn out. Okay, so I have finished all 10 stencil, and here is something I like to share with you. So let's first talk about on the regular cardstock. Okay, so I have these 4 color cardstock. I found out if you are looking for like a matte looking, like with a little bit texture, I think the Canson Watercolor, they blending well. So I use the same amount of the ink. This compare with the Canson Watercolor and the Bristol. The Canson Watercolor is a little bit brighter than the Bristol. The matte cardstock, they work awesome. Compare with the matte and the Canson Watercolor, they're both good, and the matte the coverage is much better, but the color, sometimes just like this kind of fading color on the. I like the texture, but they are both good. Okay, so the Cougar is actually pretty well too compared with the Cougar and the matte. The color is a little bit lighter than the matte, and the regular cardstock is regular cardstock. Maybe they are not regular because everything I put on is turned out too good. But I think that's really regular cardstock. So that's the regular cardstock. If you ask me, of course, I think the white matte cardstock so far is the leader. work well on the marker, work well on the blending, work well on the stencil. The Cougar and the regular cardstock, they also work well too. For the blending on the white matte cardstock is the color is the coverage is better than the Cougar. Depend on what you like. Sometimes if you want like a very light looking finish, of course when you do the matte, you just gently tap, don't tap too hard. Okay, so that's matte. Let's talk about the glossy now. Okay, there is something I think you should know. Okay, first three photo paper. Costco, Canon Pixma, and Staple. They are not suitable for blending. And first of all, I have a hard time when I tapping the color on top. I don't know, can you see? They actually, the surface, I don't know, is kind of chemical or whatever. They actually become like a gluey. Okay, can you see those are black dots? So when I tapping my magic marshal, I actually kind of like a glue, like actually like stick something, move something off from the paper. So not recommend. Is it like the same thing? Recommend is the same thing like the black outline. When I like blend, like rubbing the color on top, they actually have some kind of crumb is actually come off. So if you want to use markers, you can do it. They will work. But if you want to do the blending, I don't think so. I will recommend the Kirkland Glossy photo paper. Same as the Canon, even though they are expensive, but their performance is not as good as the Kromekote. Staple Photo, same thing. They all have those kind of stuff fall off. They kind of create some kind of crumb. I don't know what is that. So if you want to do the glossy, do the markers, they will do the markers. They will do the image, but they cannot rubbing the color on top because you touch it, the surface is actually very rough. Kromekote, good, is good for marker, good for black image, good for the stencil, and McCoy DUll Glossy, awesome. And but the blending part, let's see. Yeah, the blending is pretty good too. So, but when I blending, I kind of like on the like a matte cardstock. I just like that soft finish touch. This is just like a too glossy for me. Okay, so if you want to use a glossy for the blending, Kromekote cover, good choice if you can find some. If you cannot find some, McCoy DUll Glossy is a good choice for the blending. And I'm sure they can working with alcohol marker, alcohol ink. They are like a glossy, right? So that's the 10 paper review so far, and I think this tutorial is a little bit is a long already, and I am going to working on something else, and that I will just keep updated. So if you like this tutorial, give me a thumb up, not a finger, and subscribe that YouTube channel by clicking that motorcycle. And I have a more tutorial coming soon. Local King Rubber Stamp is a small company. If you can help us by click the share button on your Facebook or share this awesome channel with your friend, that will be awesome. That's all I'm asking for. I'm not asking you to shop a lot. I know, but a lot of you already, doing it. I thank you so much. But if you can just helping us share this awesome company with your friend, that will be great, because I do have a lot of a nice tutorial, a lot of great information I would like to share with you guys. So this is Lisa from Local King Rubber Stamp. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye.